Hello, Twitch chat. Thank you for the resubs. Welcome, YouTubers of the future. We're playing our first matches today for the ManaTraders series for January, which is Vintage, which is awesome. Got a lot of people, a lot of eyes on Vintage this month. Tons of extra people playing it. Tons of matches are happening. Really, really cool things. I am probably going to play a variety of decks for this event over the course of a couple weeks, I would think. As long as the numbers make sense and I don't have to, stop to secure my spot in the Swiss. The way this series works is that you play a number of matches by using the application, and it matches you versus other players. And if you, at any time, players with 70% win rate and at least 10 matches, 65% win rate and at least 20 matches, or a 60% win rate over 30 matches. Anyone with those kind of ratings qualifies for a Swiss tournament, which is at the end of the month. And then you play a Swiss tournament, and then you play a top 8, and so on and so forth. So it is a free-to-enter tournament, but you get extra prizes if you are a ManaTrader subscriber. So that's why we subbed, so we can get some extra prizes if we do well. So if you want to play in this event over the course of the month of January, it's free to enter. You can just play your matches. Doesn't go well, doesn't hurt you because it was free and you got to play some Vintage. So, yeah. Basically that's the lowdown on the event. The lowdown on the deck. Basically, I've been trying to make Tinker Shells work. I just want to play Tinker. I think Tinker Bowl Citadel is completely broken. Kind of like just the thing you should be doing in Vintage. The biggest problem with Tinker Citadel is I don't think any of the decks that play Tinker Citadel are very good. All of the shells I put together are just they haven't done very well. So I tried Tinker Citadel PO. PO makes you very vulnerable to Pyroblast and Flusterstorm. You basically don't want all your threats to be blue spells, because that makes you both weak to Pyroblast and Flusterstorm. And then I tried Tinker with Breach, and the problem with that deck is it was kind of all over the place and didn't really have any cohesion. I tried Tinker. You can do Tinker DPS, but then you don't get Force of Will, and I don't think the deck is that good. And then you can do Tinker Hull Breacher. But the problem with Tinker Hull Breacher is, although you're not playing all Flusterstormable targets, you are playing all Pyroblast targets. Like, I don't really think that your threats should be blue. Like, I don't think Hull Breacher is a good threat. I don't think Urza's a good threat. I don't think PO's a good threat. With people main decking 3 and 4 Pyroblast, I really just was not happy with any of the Tinker Shells. So, like, I'll show you the last Tinker Shell I was working on. I was working on this Channeler combo deck. Basically, I was playing a Breach Tinker hybrid where you have Channeler as your fill-in card instead of like preordains and stuff. This gives you like a 4/4 beater option. I think this card is good, and I do think it was good in this deck. I just don't think I didn't like Breach combo. It felt like everyone was super prepared for Breach combo. Lots of ley lines, lots of other things. And it really made me like lean heavily on Mentor Tinker. And I'm like, if I'm leaning heavily on Mentor Tinker, why don't I like go all in on a Mentor Tinker shell and play PO or DPS? So I don't know. That's basically my thoughts right now. I don't really like playing the standard Breach deck. I'm not really super keen on the other combo decks, and I didn't think any of the more artifact-based Tinker shells or Hull Breacher-based Tinker shells were very good. So what we're gonna try when we start is, this is the last list, the last Dredge list that Canister posted anywhere. I don't think I made any changes to it. So if there's another list that I'm missing, then I don't have those changes. But I haven't actually played any matches with it, but I think it is really an interesting list. I think it's got a lot going for it. You're basically changing your plan slightly to be more in tune with the metagame. Canister's playing like a little bit of a slower version, no therapies or bridges, instead we're playing Dakmor Salvage and Bloodghast to be a more resilient version. Creeping Chill gives you a lot of reach, so Bloodghast, Icarid, Chill is actually probably just a good enough plan when combined with Hollow One as a backup plan. And it also frees up a bunch of slots for interaction, like Leylines of the Void and Vortex of Vigor and Chalice in the main. I've also been pretty impressed by opponents playing Noxious Revival as ways to mitigate all kinds of things. You're bringing back your interactive spells, but you're also bringing back your bazaars, that kind of stuff. You think, would you rather play 4 negation canister? Because I'm down to do that. So I've played 0 matches. I've only watched some of Canister's videos, but if you are interested in learning Dredge, I've been told, at least from what I've watched and what I've been told, very high quality videos of Canister playing the showcase qualifier with Dredge. They're on his YouTube channel. You can check those out. For Unmask, I'm down. All right. That still vibes with me. That vibes with me. So basically we're gonna run through this today. I'm gonna pilot it blind because I'm gonna learn with chat as we go, and we'll make some mistakes, but hopefully we'll come out with a better knowledge of how Dredge works in 2021 at the end of it. And if it doesn't end up working, we'll just switch back to a Tinker deck or something fun. I expect that I will play more than the required number of matches for the ManaTrader series. I expect to play more than 30 matches as long as my win rate is at a place that makes sense. I would rather just stream for content, and I think this is better content than playing leagues. I don't find my leagues to be super strong content, so hopefully this ends up being maybe a little bit better. So I am going to hop into the queue on their website, and then I believe we just find a match. My deck is ready to go. Yes. I've been successfully paired. Sweet. How do I join? Look for an opening match. Okay, dope. Oh, once you hit a win rate, you're auto-qualified never? Is that actually how it works? I didn't know that. Well, then we're going to be playing a lot. I'm going to tournament practice. I just need to wait for them to start a match, it looks like. Can I track the win percentage? I'm not going to do win percentage, no. No, I'm not going to do that. Oh, wait, it's going to tell me? I guess maybe I can. All right, where's my boy, Mac? Where you at, Mac? Tournament practice? Tournament practice. Best of 3, 25 minutes. What do? You just, yeah, I just have to wait for them to show up, right? Oh, there it is. All right, we're here. Round 1 of the ManaTraders series January event. Let's see if we can't become a necromancer. All right, so this hand does not have a Bazaar of Baghdad. We mulligan. I know, riveting commentary. Riveting. Sneep. Oh, I forgot to tweet that I'm live. I guess I should tweet that I'm live. Okay, mulligan. Keep. Bloodghast bottom gives me, or I guess chill bottom is better. And then I just have to note that I do have a chill that's never leaving the bottom. Done. It's a pretty good hand. Has dredgers, has force. Should be pretty good for us. The big things to note are we have no option to therapy. Therapies look like they were removed from this list after bridges were removed, which makes sense to me. But it is an additional layer of interaction that we are missing. So something to be aware of. Actually, it does. Lotus, Ruby. Currently looking like a breach deck. Or maybe Ancestral? No. Oh, wow. Hollow One's a decent draw as well. All right, that's interesting draw, actually, because that allows us to hold up both forces. So I'm going to pitch Bloodghast, Stinkweed, Serum Powder, holding open both forces, casting Hollow One, and leaves us pretty well protected against a breach kill. I could even go for the double Vigor in upkeep. Or sorry, not the, just Force of Vigor in upkeep. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. theoretically, the only spells they can cast off of it are... I mean, they could always fluster. But they could cast, let's say, 5 mana Gush, 5 mana, 2 cards in yard. Dig, maybe post Vigor Dig. I don't really know if that's correct or not. If we think we're playing against Breach, holding up Vigor just seems very, very good. The reason is, if they cast Breach, we have a really powerful play where they actually invested mana and we just kill the Breach. But I don't know the right answer. But I think I'm leaning towards just Vigoring this. What's the best way for me to do Graveyard? Up here for you guys? Yeah, but Ruby is how they cast Breach. Both of these cards cast Breach. I don't know. They cast a main deck Wear Tear. Okay, you got it. So definitely Breach. Interesting. Would you guys want the Graveyard up here for these videos? What do you guys think? Does that make the most sense? Maybe we can make it 3 wide. It is worth noting that if we activate our Bazaar in our upkeep now, we have a problem, right? Because we lose our Force of Will. Is that true? Looks like we're going to have to move to our draw step and Dredge. Hit Amoeba and a Chill. We actually hit Dredger. We won't be able to return a salvage, but we can hit amalgams and gas and stuff. I assume it makes sense to do it now. I don't know. I actually am like I'm not a Dredge player, so it's all just kind of figuring it out. There's no therapies in our deck, so we can't hit a therapy. So would you reevaluate if you couldn't hit a therapy? I think next turn we're just going to draw the Dakmor salvage on our draw step and return the Bloodghast or something, right? Activated in response to the Narc. Then we lose our Force of Will. Oh, no, we don't lose our Force of Will. Yes, you're totally right. Because we had already dredged. Yep. You're totally right. We should have, when the Narcomoeba trigger went on the stack, we should have activated. All right. Already starting it off strong. All right, maybe this is too wide. Maybe we just want 2. Yeah, it's... Makes sense. Well, normally it's just better, but right now we don't want to lose our force, so. All right. All right, next turn we have 3, 6, 8, 10, 11. Plus Icarid is 14. If we hit any chills, lethal. We would maybe die to a breach plus a counterspell plus a freeze, maybe? I don't think we actually have to force anything unless it's lethal. So. And 1 chill is at the bottom. All right, so we lost 6 points of damage, which would have not made these ghasts haste. No, they would have, the ghast would not have been haste. So definitely a subpar first section, but we already learned something, and it's a game 1 in Dredge. It's a good time to learn things. So we're theoretically playing against Breach. I like to bring in ley lines. I don't know how Canister feels. Don't really feel like you would need well, sounds like it's hard to cast Force of Vigor if you do not play Revival. Oh, Karate, you can fight it off with the professional Magic player in chat if you want to. I don't really care. I mean, I really just like think we don't even care about strip mines in this matchup. I feel like it's an unmasked matchup, maybe. Is it still easy without revivals? I feel like you would want Chalice. I don't know if you would want like all of these or some of these. I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest. So would you think you would just want to go like this? And then, I mean, do we need Vigor? Do we need 4 Vigor, I guess, is the next question. Do we need 3 Salvage in this case? I mean, I don't know how hard it is. Okay, fair. I mean, I don't really think Breach decks tend to have Tabernacle, do they? 1 maybe? I mean, I think I want to play 4 Vigor. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I think Breach decks recently have been playing all spell removal, like Ravenous Traps and stuff. I don't know. I don't know how many salvages I can take out for my Bloodghast and still be good here as well. I really like don't think we care about Tabernacle that much. Just doesn't seem like that makes a huge deal. I don't know, maybe like this. Let's try this. I just don't think I care. Karate, you have to stop and like think of it through the lens of the change in the list. The list is not the same, and it plays a game a little bit differently. Hand's pretty good. Go on the bottom. Like, I don't know why you would ever want to be wastelanding. That sounds like you're not dredging. All right. I mean, that feels like you should just be like, that sounds like a waste. I don't really see any reason to be wastelanding them. Because I don't know. I mean, you're already bringing in 4 unmasks and 4 vigors. Do you really need negations? Negations are like better for like Doomsday, DPS, that kind of thing. I think you're overestimating how fast Breach is, Rafa. Well, the downside is I have to cut a Magic the Gathering card. And so if you don't tell me a Magic the Gathering card to cut, then there's no point. I'm not saying that Wasteland is bad, but is it better than any of the other things we can be doing? Interesting. Well, I can hit a hollow one, so there's definitely no reason not to do this. I should be careful of a Ravenous Trap. So I think I want to just put in like 1 of each, I guess. That would still give me the best Dredger, but I also don't lose all of my 3 mana Dredgers. I could put but then I might also need to like draw a land back at some point for a Ghast, so I don't want to lose both of those either. I think I am playing Chalice on 0. So I don't know. That's my feelings. Like, I'm sure you're gonna disagree with me tonight, chat, because guess what? It's not a deck that I have experience playing. I've played regular pitch dredge, like boomer pitch dredge a couple times, but I wouldn't say I'm very good at it, so we're learning. All right, so they have 2 Soul Guide Lanterns. We need to try to bait out a activation of this thing at some point without losing too much ourselves. We could also try to draw into Vigor, but I think I would rather try to bait it out than draw into Vigor. I feel like that's better, right? I guess we have 3 cards in hand. We could technically try to just draw into Vigor. I don't really want to do that, I don't think. I feel like it's not that hard to bait out a lantern activation. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Let's find out together. No, I would have drawn a Vigor. No, it's not. It's the third card down. Oh, that went really poorly. Yeah, that went terribly. I don't really think I can change plans now that I've lost cards from my hand. That's not the reason you said in chat, Canister. If that was the reason, I would question it. All right. Well, I milled 2 Force of Vigors instead of actually hitting anything that mattered. But next turn we have Icarid, so maybe that's enough. That went horribly wrong. I don't know if I was wrong in the idea that we could power through and try to force an activation, or if it was just unlucky and we hit our 2 interactive spells and our top 6 cards. Why do I don't understand why you need therapies, Karate, when therapies, like, the cards in my opponent's hand have just never mattered to me. When I'm playing when I am not the Dredge player, I've thought that therapy hits 0 relevant cards ever. I don't know. I just felt like none of my cards mattered, so why did my opponent need to therapy me? Now, this looks bad for me, though. Well, I guess I have an Icarid, so why do I give a shit? I guess I don't care. That's just my point of view, is when I saw Canister Cup Therapy, I was like, that doesn't sound bad to me, because I don't think Therapy was very good. Therapy is how you beat Breach? No, you just play your game and you beat Breach. Breach is just a bad deck. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying, you just play a Leyline of the Void and Breach loses immediately, so. Alright, I'm just going to try to go to this Icarid and try to kill this Narset. If you don't activate this Lantern. Okay. I can't draw cards, so I just let this happen, and then draw for turn, and then on their turn, I activate Bazaar. You don't ever need to therapy yourself. I've never seen that. So I do have Dredgers left here, but that doesn't do anything, right? Unless I hit... you guys are definitely not playing the same Dredge matches that I am. Whenever I play, I don't find all those interactions you just named come up in like 1 of 30 matches. Yeah, I'm just telling you that all the Dredge matchups I played, those things have not come up in like very often. Can I activate here and Dredge into something that matters? Not really, right? Losing 2 Icarids sucks. How do I get this thing to stay out here? Unmask? Take Time Walk? Probably fine. Well, why would I think, Canister? You've already told me I'm not supposed to think. Well, I just haven't found the Tinker deck to be good is the problem. The Tinker Breach deck didn't feel good. It felt like bad Breach. You lost all of your heads-up matches. All my heads-up matches between Breach and Tinker Breach were so bad. You have way more air in your deck, and you have a card that's weak against Pyroblast. Like, you gained some percentage against the rest of the field by having Tinker in your deck, but I don't really think it was worth it, to be honest. I mean, it's possible. I think I just played this game very poorly, so. I'm just telling you guys my experience. Like, it can be right and wrong. It's just how I feel. I played a lot of matches with different Tinker Breach decks, and I just did not think they were very good. I don't think we're in a terrible spot, no. If I do this now, well, then in my draw step, I have a dredger, so. Ooh, hit another dredger. Ooh, dredgers go in the yard. Trigger Narcomoeba. I don't know. It doesn't seem like we're losing this game, to be perfectly honest with you. This kind of just seems like we're winning by a lot. I cannot return blood gas anymore. Not by dredging, no. I would have to have drawn a Bazaar. That is correct. And I only have one Icarid and one other Icarid. So it's, Tabby. That's pretty bad. I have to win with just Icarids and a chill that's on the bottom of my deck. It's gonna be close. I mean, sure. I lost my 2 Dakmar salvages. I don't know what you want. I could have kept one more Dakmar salvage in my deck. Oh, they drew a reach, so they can Soul Guide Lantern me. All right, so I think we're dead here. So now they have Soul Guide, exile my yard. I don't have any Icarid. Yeah, I die here. I don't think this is worth playing out. Let's bring back 2 Soul Guides. Yeah, all right, we'll concede this. Do we want to change anything? Like, how do I fit, like, everyone's like fit more interaction, but how do you even fit more interaction in here? No, Creeping Chill is very good, isn't it? I don't buy that. Grim Chill? I don't buy these things that you're speaking. Sure. But I need to kill them. At that point, do you have enough? I don't know. I feel like we're super overloaded, right? I think I don't know how you could ever not bring in. It just shuts off their entire deck. I think the ley line is insane. What I'm not convinced about is like actual interactive spells. It wasn't 2 hate pieces. It was 4 or 5 hate pieces. Doesn't shut off their hate, sure. I mean, we drew 0 hollow ones. We just drew badly. I don't really know what to say. Try this. It's their entire deck revolves, like their entire engine is them having a graveyard. That's just a way to lose. I don't know. I'm not vibing yet. Is there a correct way to sequence this? Are we supposed to activate Bazaar first? Or probably not, right? Because they could have like Ravenous Trap. I don't know. Like imagine I had a ley line in this hand and I took their needle. Their hand just doesn't do anything. Yeah, I don't know. We'll learn as we go. Figure it out. All right, I'm gonna take this needle. I don't even think leyline. Sigh. I don't know. Whatever you want to say, it's fine. This. So what do we see if they draw a Soul Guide Lantern? I guess we're never gonna draw a blue spell, right? So theoretically, I could pitch the Narcomoeba, and that way I would have a Dredger if they hit a Soul Guide Lantern. I mean, I had both those cards in my deck already. I don't know. Like, it's not like I don't have those cards. I mean, maybe I should just unmask the Preordain as well. Kind of think I'm going to. I guess it's always better to pitch Serum Powder than Narcomoeba. What'd they draw? Time Walk? Sure. I mean, they are super close to casting Dig Through Time. They drew Teferi? Interesting. I'm supposed to just get these Blood Gas into play now, right? I think so. I guess this is bad against Tabernacle, maybe? I don't know. Next thing you're gonna go around saying I should put bridges in my deck, Karate. Get out of here. No, bridges are terrible. That card is unplayably bad. I disagree. Yeah, I think Therapy is closer than Bridge, but every Bizarre player is always like, all right, after sideboard, cut 4 bridges. And I'm like, why are we playing this card? You win game 1 anyways. I do think that Bridge makes Therapy better, yeah. Agreed. You're saying statements I agree with. I wouldn't go say no one plays Bridge. I think the majority of Dredge players play Bridge. Three, 6, 8, 10, 11. They're at 1. What's my favorite deck? I like playing Tinker decks because it's broken. Okay, so if I just bring the Icarid in, then I can't get Rav trapped. And not that I should just bring the Icarid in first, right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I want to Icarid first and then activate Bizarre. Also, if they have a surgical extraction, this means I can try to hit my chills, I guess. Would I do this in response? Do I gain anything by doing this in response? I think so. I think that's better. Roll. What did I hit? I hit a Narcomoeba. I just hit Narcomoeba. Did I hit any Blood Gas? I have a Blood Gas, but I don't have Haste, so that doesn't really matter, though. I don't think any of that really matters. I do have a Salvage I can bring back. It'd be a Hasty Blood Gas next turn. It'd be 3 Hasty Blood Gas if they have Tabernacle. So it's possible I just want to dredge back my Dakmore salvage right now. But if I hit 2 chills, 3, 6, 8, 10, 11, I'd have to hit 2 chills, and we know 1 chill is gone from Unmask. And so there's 2 chills in my deck on 6 looks for 2 chills and 24 cards. It might still be worth it, because I don't know actually how worth it is to bring back Dakmore Salvage. I guess if they have exactly Tabernacle and something, I can't imagine. I think we're just supposed to dredge and try to hit the chill, I think. I don't think getting the salvage back here does anything. All right, we hit no chill. And killing Teferi does nothing, and Time Walk is gone, so I don't want to put a card in their yard, so these all go at him. This isn't exactly the best placement, but I don't really know where else I can place this. I guess I could make it smaller. All right, so they do have Tabernacle. So I can pay for 1 and then dredge back. I will just not activate in my upkeep, and I'll dredge my salvage, and then I'll replay my Bloodghast. Oh shit! Didn't we? Someone told me to board out 2 chill. Oh yeah. Thanks, chat. You're right. You're actually 100% right. We don't have any chill left in our deck. Oh wait, I can't play around Ravtrap because I lost all of these things, right? So I would have won if I had dredged back my salvage and played it. And that would have beaten Ravtrap. Salvage wins if they have nothing, yeah. Yeah, I don't think you're really supposed to be. Oh, they have Surgical. Off of a black source. And I have to actually attack Teferi this turn. I might lose this game. Wait, no. I can dredge. No, I can't do anything, right? I need to dredge into a Narcomoeba. I might have lost this game because I boarded out Creeping Chill. Also because I didn't play my... Well, I should have played my salvage last turn, I think. That was the other thing I was thinking of, was play the salvage. So I can't even bring back amalgams because they'll die anyways. Well, I do want to bring back 1 so I can pay for it. So I do want to just try to dredge and hit the last Narcomoeba. There is another Narcomoeba, right? Yeah. Yeah, I think not playing the salvage last turn was a mistake. And it is one I thought about. But I thought more about Tabernacle and not Tabernacle and Surgical. I don't have any... Why not? I'm pretty sure I have 1 Meeba left. I boarded 1 out? I don't think so. Why would I board out an Archamoeba? I don't listen to chat every time. But there's no reason for me... Well, I guess if they draw another one. I drew another salvage. Am I supposed to dredge? Well, I still need to just hit the Narcomoeba, though. So there's no point unless I hit the Narcomoeba. So I guess I still have to go for Stinkweed Imp, then. I missed on the Narcomoeba. Okay. I have to hit Teferi. Man, boarding out chill. Chat just trying to kill me. Big sad. What does dredging salvage do for you, chat? I guess if we had dredged salvage, we could have dredged stinkweed and played it. Fuck! I should have dredged salvage. No, then I would have had to discard it, so it didn't matter. I will dredge salvage next turn. Well, I can't ever play stinkweed because unless this prize amalgam goes away because I'm paying for it. I think I still am supposed to dredge salvage and play it. Yeah, I also can't dredge a stinkweed imp anymore. So I guess we shouldn't do anything. And just hope that this amalgam gets there. Well, I don't know. Hitting Narcomoeba? Hitting Narcomoeba. There is a Narcomoeba, right? Yeah, there is a Narcomoeba. I don't want to get... I could technically get dacked as well. So I think the most I can dredge left in my deck is this salvage right now. Ancestral is the only way I would die. I guess I would also die to Brain Freeze, but I'm just always going to die to Brain Freeze. No, I guess I'm not always going to die to Brain Freeze. Could also die to Brain Freeze. I guess I just let this happen? If I draw to 4, and on their turn, I tap, dredge, salvage to 2, draw to 1. So I could still hit a Narcomoeba on their end step if I wanted to, right? So, draw. I should make a stop on... I do have a stop on their main, end of main. I technically still have the ability to activate my Bazaar and salvage. You're right, this deck might be too much thinking for my small PO brain. Yeah, I'm never cutting chill again. I'm never cutting chill ever again, chat. It's not happening. This is a canny list, yeah. I like it, but I'm learning. Well, you see, I took out all the free cards, Karate, that you don't have to think about, and now we only play skill-based cards. All right, so... Do we activate this Bazaar? Do we activate this Bazaar? There's no way. I do lose my ability to win the game if they have a removal if I don't. I can't imagine we're supposed to. Easy! It was never close. Not once was it close, chat. It was never close. Jesus. Oh, it automatically knows I won? What does it have, a bot scraping? All right, round 2, ManaTraders Vintage Series. Let's do it. On the play, no dredge. Mulligan. I mean, there's some dredge, but there's no Bazaar. Keep. That's a keep. That's a keep. My graveyard stayed out this time. Keep. Bottom. Done. The nice part about playing Dredge in an event like this with a powerful chat behind is that I should hopefully become a better Magic player from it and know Dredge a little bit better, you know? I got a bunch of people to yell at me after I make really stupid plays. Ugh. I guess we just bin Bloodghast, Amalgam, and Icarid. And then on our upkeep, we can try to find... try to find stuff, and then we always have Revival for Bazaar if we need it, and if not, if we can always bring back Bloodghast with Strip Mine, I would say. I guess we can just do that, sure. I mean, I don't think it's fair to say that Dredge is easy. I think Dredge's floor is pretty high in comparison to some other decks, but I wouldn't say it has like the highest floor either. Like, it's got a pretty high floor, but it also has a pretty high ceiling. In my opinion, anyways. I don't think it has the highest floor. I think Shops by far has the highest floor. I think Bloodghast is good, honestly. But we'll see. Y'all don't think that Shops has the highest floor? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How high's the floor? Oh no. 6/6 Stonecoil Serpent? Floor? Chat, explain to Wombo floor. Oh, Mystic Forge, nice. Put Lotus on top. A bold play. Time Vault. I see. I feel like we'll be Noxious Revivaling a Force of Vigor or something if we can. I guess Strip Mine is also very good here. All right, so it's my upkeep. I think we want to see about a Bazaar activation. We have a bunch of dead cards anyways. Interesting. Well then, think we just got to attack. I feel like I'm gonna Icarid, eat an Icarid and Bloodghast, get them all into play. Wasteland this workshop. Icarid, eat Icarid. Draw. Wasteland, your workshop, and F6. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Yep. Didn't activate Forge. That's good, Wombo. As long as you bet after everyone else. First, you let everyone bet, and then you find what you think it's bet. You know, like what's not going to work out, and then you bet against it. It's perfect. They drew another workshop, but nothing afterwards. That's a good sign. I think I'm okay with just upkeep activating again. Shit. Shit. I want that. But it can't be correct to lose the Strip Mine, right? So do I just put the Noxious Revival away? Keep the Strip Mine? But then try to dredge into a Shambling Shell? I guess I can't dredge into a Shambling Shell this turn. I would have to dredge into a Shambling Shell next turn. But then I can't... If I do that, I'm gonna have one card in hand, so I can't even do the the activate, right? I would have to... That doesn't really work. I mean, at any point in time, they can play something off of Forge, right? I guess you're saying that I don't need Strip Mine, and I can just play and kill their Forge on the upkeep. I guess that vibes. Yeah, that vibes. That was the other option, for sure. If I activate here, nah, that's not very good. Let's get keep a Dredger in the yard. Dredge this. Get a Narcomoeba and an Amalgam and a Shambling Shell. I think it's still just correct to blow their shit up. I'm just trying to figure out if there was a way that I could Strip Mine and still be able to Vigor at some point. Activates Forge. Sure. You never want to do that. Why wouldn't... I guess. Alright, whatever. F6. I'm done thinking. Thinking time is over. They have... Oh, the Tabby! I think we're still going to beat that by a lot, so... Alright, so... Icarid's coming back into play, and then salvaging back this. Is there any reason to do anything now? Yeah, we should just do everything now. Should we do anything in response? Yeah, we should let these Amalgams die first. The main deck Tabernacle, chat. Not good against MPL Wizard Canister's Creation. I mean, if we get Bajuka Bog, then there's a problem, right? I guess I don't care about these Amalgams anymore. I hit a chill. Sure. Why not? What? This deck's broken. Nice game one Tabernacle. Beautiful. All right, so we definitely want Vigor and Wasteland probably, and Unmask maybe, and Negation probably. I don't know. Shoal, don't think that matters. Chalice on the draw seems bad. Leyline seems bad. Shit, how do we fit all these cards in our deck? I guess we don't want Unmask. We're not cutting any chills. Zero chill. All right. I think we're doing this, but I'm not 100% sure what else. Oh, yeah. The no one drops in there. I mean, they could bring in 4 cages technically and 4 needles, but I don't know. Probably still not great. Probably better to rely on Vigor. Two more. Are we allowed to cut a thug, or are we just have not enough dredgers at that point? So Noxious is also a green spell, but it also brings back Bizarre if they wasteland us. Kind of hard to say, right? Yo, Turtle, thanks for the follow and gifting a sub. That's powerful of you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think Noxious is pretty good in this matchup. I just don't know what I'm cutting. We once again have no idea what we're supposed to cut. Can I cut like... Maybe we can put a salvage. Awesome. I'm glad it helped. That was we're not cutting chills. No, bad chat. All right. I'm in. I'm sold. We're learning. Would your metagame promo was super probably gonna be qualify this month? All right, what'd you play, Turtle? What'd you play? How'd it go? Talk to me. I want to hear about it. Cut Bazaar. All right. Fair. 7-0 with Hogak. Fine. Yeah. Yo, I did see that. You're in Devin's chat. Powder this shit. Bye. Keep. Yeah, I like Hogak. I think Hogak is a super cool deck, super fun deck. Big fan. 7-card hand with a Leyline of the Void? 2 Leylines of the Void? They have 2 Leylines of the Void. Look how they're still in the... Free hollow ones, .game. It's fine. We have a free hollow one. And a force. What could possibly go wrong? Yo, should we play a salvage early to play around Tabernacle? That would be some next level shit. I have to force that one. Or else I can't play this hollow one, so. I'm not sure about this board out misstep plan, chat. Not sure about this. Against Strip Mine, it seems quite bad. So, some Noxious Revival, not great against a Leyline. What if we just snap beat 3 turn 1 hate pieces, chat? So close. So I want to keep this as a green card. The question is, do we ever really need another Bazaar? I feel like we just have to hope the hollow one's good enough. I think we need the salvage to beat Tabernacle. Why do we need another Bazaar? That's my question, Karate. Salvage casts gas. Well, gas is getting pitched, so that no need to worry there. Wouldn't worry about Natty Tabby. All right. I'm down. I'm down. Can I play salvage? No, we played Bazaar of Baghdad. I guess this is gonna help us. This is gonna help us theoretically find a blue card or a green card. So I guess that vibes. Sure. I should have just gave him a needle. Big play. Thespian State. Oh, they're combo shops. I guess we knew that from the yeah. We knew. All right, so now they just have everything beat. We just need to draw. Oh, I guess if they draw Dark Depths, we fucked. We just want to draw blue cards, I guess. Or Vigor, I guess. Vigor's pretty decent as well. Now giving them Needle is kind of legit. That is true. Things to note. That's kind of funny. Well, let's see what we draw first. Classic. There's no reason to play another Bazaar, right? I don't think Force of Vigor matters in this game. I mean, I guess if they draw nothing and we draw a Force of Vigor, then yeah, Force of Vigor is fine. I don't think putting a needle on top is correct. I'm gonna just let it go. We just die. Okay, cool. All right. Well, they might have had it all this time. This time they might have had it all. Yeah. Yeah, we could strip if we drew a strip, sure. Yeah. Maybe we do board out chills just because of how many they play. What, 4 ley lines, and I don't know. We have to race, right? Yeah, I agree. They should have made. We played Wastelands in our deck. That was a bad play by them. I agree. I mean, doesn't I mean, they would just have to wait one turn, right? They just have to wait, and then they can strip mine me after they play a land. So I mean, they still could win. They could still win fine. But we should reevaluate post board. I think they play upwards of like 3 needles and cages, right? See if they do this correctly too. I mean, there's 3 spyglasses main. Yes. All right. I mean, we get to play unmasks though. So we actually already have to bring in for unmasks, and we probably are bringing in Chalice on the play. There's going to be no room for that. Can we just cut the negations on the draw and just play unmasks? Or maybe we can just cut chills in general and just try to play with what we have. You don't want to play Chalice on the play versus the Moxen deck? Really? Bug's probably a decent choice, yeah. All right, okay. You think, I mean, there are, the problem is negation doesn't counter Golos, but I mean, I feel like Chalice is going to win you non-zero amount of games by having it on the play. I kind of agree. I mean, is Chalice better than the 4th Noxious? Probably. Probably. Well, I think this game we don't have to worry as much. I think we can straight board out chill in this matchup. I think this matchup is different. I think it's different. Do we lose? I think we're just always losing to Golos, right? Like if Golos resolves, don't we just lose? I mean, what do you want? You want to go like one noxious, and some chills? It does help the unmask plan. It's not really about lifeline. It's not really about lifelink, Coop. It's more about. I think unmask is good. I'm willing to bet my perfect ManaTrader record on it. My 100% win rate. I'm betting on it. All in. Let's go. Yikes. No bueno. No bueno. Rough life, chat. All right. Here's a keeper. Keep. Bottom. Done. Oh, they have a ley line, of course. No green. I mean, they kept a 7-carder with Leyline, and we had them all. Happens. Could still just draw 3 hollow ones. Green card, Force of Vigor. Yo, misstep? Misstep, though, chat. Misstep, though. Alright, we need a hollow one. To be fair, our opponent's deck is exactly 100% graveyard hate. I know because I played the deck. Or I wouldn't say I made the deck. I stole the deck. I've taken its relevance. It's a bad matchup. I'm not gonna lie to you. All right, we got another one, so there's no need to worry. We will find the fabled hollow ones. Okay, let's start, I guess. It's 80-20 for which side? Sphere? 80-20 shop's favor? Oh, okay. So then you should say 20-80 because we are the player on the left. All right. So if I draw any hollow ones, yeah, but we need the wasteland to cast spells. I guess we just need a hollow one is what we really just need. Like if we just draw a hollow one and waste their Thespian stage. It depends on if you think we're going to cast this Force of Vigor this game. If you think we're going to cast this Force of Vigor this game, we're not supposed to do anything. We just pass. I'm gonna pass. I don't think it's beyond possibility that next turn we could activate Bazaar, play a Wasteland, and Vigor them, and just kill some shit. I mean, our graveyard can immediately become a thing next turn. Right? We have like a pretty large amount of green cards in our deck. They probably are locked under the sphere at least a little bit. There's an island? What? Copy my Bazaar? What the fuck? We're gonna lose to blue shops, and I didn't even know it was blue shops. Losing to blue shops is crime against humanity. That deck is so bad. That deck is somehow worse than Golo's stacks. They somehow made Slasher's favorite deck worse. It's crazy. All right. Okay, so we go away, go away, go away. We vigor this and this at the end of the turn by holding this. Okay, it's the plan. Wake me up before you come. Watch them just wasteland my Bazaar. Just a Golos. I can't win. Fuck. It's just a Golos. Maybe I was supposed to kill. Oh. All right. What do they do? What do they? I guess they just. What do they get here? They just get Dark Depths, and I have an active Wasteland. So they get Dark Depths, and then I kill Golos and doesn't do anything for me. Was I supposed to kill? Nah, I wasn't supposed to kill the Lotus. I can't believe we're gonna lose that island. They got Caracas. Why kill Golos? Because we can't beat a Golos. I guess maybe we can beat a Golos because they didn't get a good land. I guess maybe we can just beat a Golos now. Can we just beat a Golos now, though, Kenny? If we just kill both of these things and we just strip mine their Caracas? Or we don't even need to strip mine their Caracas unless they have... Because I can't even recast this Golos unless they draw a workshop. I'm going to try beating the Golos. Let's find out, chat. I don't think we need to Wasteland. I did not hit a Dredger. That was really bad. I kind of needed these 1/1 flyers. Yeah. That was not ideal. All right, 1 jet. Let me make this 1 column. I think it takes up too much room. All right, 1 jet is 6 mana. You're not there yet. I mean, 5 mana. You're not there yet. That's not very good. I don't know why you would ever get Caracas there. That seems like just a miserable punt. But, you know, you do what you gotta do. What is this? You still... What the... No! Tilt. It was the third piece of graveyard hate. All right, well, now we're not dredging. Now we're drawing. Perfect. I don't think we want to activate Bazaar now. We're going to take 1 more hit. That way we can keep 2 CADs. I feel like they should just like turn this Thespian stage into a waste. It's not very good. All right, they drew Workshop off the top. I mean, like, I hate Shops players, man. It's so fucked. So fucked. It's so fucked. It's wild. Who needs draw spells if you just draw perfects every time? They didn't even attack. They were like, we don't care about attacking. Fuck that. Maybe they'll get a Tabernacle this time and they'll have to pay for it. I assume they're getting a Dark Depths, right? It's too late, Slasher. They drew perfects. I can't win, I don't think. I did kind of need to hit like Dredgers or something. I don't know. We almost came back from 2 pieces of graveyard hate. It was the 3rd and 4th ones that got us. And we did mulligan as well, yeah. Oh boy. I don't know. I've never seen my Dredge opponents mulligan karate. Are you sure? I'm pretty sure my Dredge opponents have never mulliganed. You have a 1 in 100 every tournament? It's pretty wild. It's like less than 1 in 100, right? Because it's like 99.7 or something. 3 in 1,000 as a 3 in a. Got him. Oh, I'm supposed to wait until this trigger goes on the stack, right? Whatever. I don't care. I fucked up, chat. Sorry. I was supposed to make sure the thing went on the play. I'm gonna lose this game. I could have probably won this game if I just maybe not. I can't cast my vigor. Never mind, because I lost my wasteland, so we had no chance. It's fine. It's fine. That just sounds wrong, karate. I don't know about me. I don't know about you. Seems bad to me though. Yeah, I don't know about cutting negation. I don't know about not playing misstep. I feel like we had some serious sideboarding errors here. I think the chills should have just been cut from our deck, and we should have played both negations. And I think we should have found a way to put misstep into our deck. All right, if I draw into a wasteland here, I do survive another turn, right? I would have survived another turn if I had just, correctly wastelanded the first time. So we did misplay again in this one. But this is good. It means we're learning. All right, whatever. I'm done here. All right, chat. A terrible loss. Rip the 100% win rate. It can never come back. Bug's pretty bad too, but yeah. Yes. Yo, I feel like you gotta, I don't know what these timings log. Well, I mean, I don't know they're on bug. Like, I have no idea if they're actually on bug. They could be on breach. Like, what the fuck is this shit? All right, vintage is a washed format. Vintage is a washed format. Everyone sell out of vintage. Fucking shitty ass game one. Washed format. I got a force though. Goodbye, dredgers. Watch them play Bazaar too. Nope. We're just mono Golo shops. Okay. Well then. Ah, yes. Unless they're an Eldrazi wizard. There's no way they'd play Eldrazi. No way. I guess it could still be Bazaar. Yeah. True. They have a Mox Pearl though. So highly unlikely. I mean, I guess technically has more utility than this. Love the Mox play. Make sure. Yeah, it's a play you can make for sure. I swear to God, they're gonna go Cavern Eldrazi. How? How did Polk get convinced to play Eldrazi? Who hurt you? Oh, no, it is Golo Shops. All right, well. None of that shit. We have our redemption time. Redemption time, chat. This is redemption time. We get a makeup for our last loss. Now, I kind of needed that to be Force of Vigor. I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, I almost played mono black discard with Helm, so anything's possible. Yeah. I mean, it makes your Eldrazi deck somewhat palpable by playing more ley lines in it. Yeah. Do draw double. Is it worth it to activate it here? I guess it's more likely to find a green card than a Vigor, so yes. All right, you hit me. You got me. I'm not me. There's another Helm? All right, whatever. I see we were fated to not win Game of Magics. I understand now. I understand now. All right. Layla, Vigor, Wasteland, Negation, Unmask. New plan. Creeping Chills away. Leyline out. Misstep in. How am I fitting all these cards? Chalice out. Dakmor Salvage out. I felt like I thought we had a plan. For the 4 Grafdigger's Cages and 4 Pithing Needles in their sideboard. Cut Prouders and Prey? I don't think that's the plan. I thought I had a plan here, chat. What happened to my plan? Was 1 Noxious? Run 61? The old gear special? Sure. I've sold. Submit. Yo, what is this baloney? This is the second. I mean, I do think Combo Shops is probably a decent choice for this event, for the Swiss. I think that's pretty reasonable, to be honest. I swear, if we play against 3 Combo Shops in a row, I will switch decks. I can't leave it a chance anymore. Yikes. It's okay. We have the tools. Not really, but if we just draw some Force of Vigors, to be fair, did we have any opening hand Force of Vigors versus our last opponent? No. 0. We still don't, actually. Powder. Keep. Almost an opening hand Force of Vigor. Oh, they don't even have it this time. How can they ever win? Did we lose the match? How could we have already lost the match log? Did I just discard a green card? Oh, no, I just never had a green card. Got it. Wasteland. That's the plan? The whole plan? All right, question for chat. Are we actually even supposed to activate this Bazaar in response to the Bloodghast trigger? I don't even think we would, so I feel like it's better to just play Wasteland, right? I actually think this is correct play. Aaron, they all have ley lines. Everyone has ley lines, Aaron. It's horrible. I'm learning. I'm not very good at this, but we're getting there. All right, we put 5 power in play. A meager outing. I mean, this feels good though. That's not bad. It's not bad. We got protection versus tab. We got, you know, some counters. Oh my god, Amir. Amir, don't queue into me. Just please stay away. Oh, that's a bold statement. I have not once been good at this game, as much as I trick people into believing it. Kane is 7-2. All right, we're switching to Tinker, chat. Fuck this shit. I still have to negate this, right? I think so. Kane is 7-2 with Tinker. Why are we not playing? He cut some breaches, so I kind of like that. This is why we're bringing in this chat is why we're bringing in mental misstep. Okay. I did not have enough. All right, we're never using this wasteland on shop, right? Because we got to play around tabby. That's a good draw. That's a good draw. We'll just fucking not care, right? Just attack. Hold up force. That's a good draw. Maybe they have like 3 more Grafdigger's cages in their hand. Maybe they just have 3 Grafdigger's cages in their hand. Mirage Mirror. Really, I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Okay. Well, maybe I was supposed to give a shit. I don't fucking know. All right, well, now we're probably activating our Bazaar. No, I have a Wasteland. I don't need to do shit. Green card. Easy game. It wasn't even close. Now I don't have to do anything. I have all the answers. Why am I not playing Bazaar? Why would I play Bazaar? Should I vigor these things now, though? I kind of think I want to. Nah? I don't want to use this Wasteland. I want to keep this Wasteland. They don't have the mana to turn this into an anything else right now. I mean, I can never die. I can never get 2020 because I have a Wasteland. I just don't want to use my Wasteland. Yeah, they could have activated. I can't lose from there, but I feel like it's good value now that they're investing this. Not if they do it on my turn, Amir. If they just wait for my turn, then I can't. I probably should have done that in upkeep. To be perfectly honest, I probably should have done it in upkeep. All right, I definitely was supposed to play my Bazaar of Baghdad. Chat was totally right. If I had played my Bazaar of Baghdad, I would have had extra 2 cards in my yard. Maybe I'd be dredging this turn. So that was a pretty bad misplay. That was pretty bad. There's no reason to activate my Bazaar now. I can't hit anything or replay anything. I don't think we're supposed to activate Wasteland because I think we want to be able to beat Tabernacle for sure. But if we hit Waste Workshop, it's less likely they can Golos us. But I guess they would get Tabernacle anyways, so it's probably just pass. Well, I have no dredgers and no lands. Looks like they have a second Golos. Oh, they have a helm. Okay, fine. They're gonna try to find a creature. Okay. They missed. We win. Congratulations. Game over. We go to game 3. That took a lot of effort, but I feel like this matchup is not bad if we just have a 7-card hand with Vigor green card. Right? If we just can have a 7-card hand with Vigor green card. Is chill better than a salvage? Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. What do you think is bad though? What do you like? That's my problem, Aaron. Like, I don't really don't know what you can really cut from this. We've had this problem in the last 3 matches. Everyone wants to sideboard cards, but doesn't have anything to cut. You know. I just don't think this is a chill matchup, though, right? I could see. I mean, I could see it, Canister. A big problem with Canister is I can't tell when Canister's joking. I just can't do it. I have no chance. Just have zero chance. Fair. It does make life more interesting, though. I'm kind of down for this life here. I can get down. This looks fine. I don't know if this is actually better, but fuck it. You know, let's just get in there. Can my videos on YouTube get demonetized by saying the F word too much? Probably not, right? I never thought about that. Look at this hand! Yes. When I see this hand, I think yes. No leyline? What a waste. I kind of want to counter it so that I can try to find a different green card. The problem is, chat, if I let this resolve, they just don't ever, like, they don't play a follow-up, right? And then what do I do? That's not a good thing. They can win by playing lands. They can they actually have a game plan where they can win by playing lands. Unless you want me to just play Bazaar and pass, and then at the end step just cast the Vigor. I guess that's pretty decent line, right? The only way that line is bad is if they have a Wasteland. I actually think I'm supposed to blue counter this, chat. I actually think I'm supposed to blue counter this. It's a little weird, I know. They might have a follow-up cage. All right, sure. We still fine here. So now we just hit this, and well, we don't have any dredgers. I guess we have to now. I don't know about that, Aaron. That's a little aggressive. It's very aggressive. If you're gonna fire off Wasteland, like, are you not even supposed to cast Vigor and try to draw a different green card? Leave them with 1 Pearl. Or I can just get a Bizarre activation. I think I'm gonna wait then. I don't know if this is right. No idea. Oh, it's so good though. It's so good though. This is pretty interesting from the Dredge side of things. Strip mine. Interesting. I mean, I think putting cards in my yard is just the play, so I think this is fine. We hit a salvage, would be pretty reasonable as well. You'd pitch Troll so that you can re-get your Bazaar. You don't think Troll is going to be good enough? Interesting. I mean, I think your line definitely has merit to discuss. I don't know if... I don't know. I mean, I feel like putting Dredgers in the yard is like the best play though, right? I don't know. You might be right. You might be right. I guess we're only getting 1 Dredge no matter what, right? So we should put both these Bloodghast in our yard. Well, no, because then if we miss on our Troll, it's pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was a misplay. I guess it could have been a misplay. I just figured we would win by putting a Golgari Grave Troll in our yard, but maybe that's not true. Yeah, okay, I can see it. I can see it. Oh, I mean, it happens. I don't know. I mean, it does depend on what we draw here. If we didn't draw a Dredger, then I guess we still have a Bazaar. I mean, it's kind of close, though. I feel like it's still kind of close. I guess my question now is, like, am I supposed to pitch 2 Dredgers? I guess I'm supposed to pitch 2 Dredgers. If I miss on my Grave Troll? I don't really know, though. I have to hit a salvage. I mean, there's only 2 in our deck. Whatever. Let's just do this. I'm over it. Let's just go. I mean, if they follow up with a cage, we lose, right? All right, they didn't follow up with a cage. Should I be having a draw step stop, chat? When I play this deck? Probably, right? Whoops. I hit Amalgam, Icarid. Pretty good. It's too bad there's no blue Dredger that you can get back with for your Force of Will, right? Cage. Okay, opponent, I see you. All right, time to draw the 2nd or 3rd Force of Vigor. Interesting. I don't think I'm supposed to play that. There's no way. No one's ever died from 20. None of my opponents have ever died from 20 on a Mana Crypt. That's true. Any Noxious Revivals are good. Yeah, yeah. Oh, opponent just has mana now. Kind of wild. That is true. That is true. Because this doesn't actually bring anything into play because of Cage. I guess Noxious doesn't work if they use it. Yeah, that's true. That's true as well. It's okay. We're going to draw Vigor. True Noxious, chat. I mean, maybe they don't see it coming. Maybe they'll tap out. Oh, they tapped out, but they're getting a Golos. Fuck's sake. We can't really beat that, right? They just get... Well, I guess we can hit this and this with Vigor, right? Depending on what they get. Yeah, we have the Noxious for Vigor. Oh, they have Bog. Wow, that's so fucked. They're just gonna mill us with Helm, chat. It's so fucked. Is this worth it to just try to game? They're pretty good. They're not a fish. What? All right, I lied to you. They're a fish. Okay, fish confirmed. No. I'm just kidding. I'm not toxic gamer. I'm not toxic gamer, chat. I'm not a toxic gamer. Wait, am I actually supposed to Vigor at any point here? Yeah, I guess they could have Caracas, right? They could have Caracas, so I should hit Golos and Cage right now. Yeah. Oh, imagine if I had a blue card in any of my draw steps as well, so I could have had a Force of Will. Well, this is why I asked you for the deck file, Kane. Did you go 8-2? I've just had to play against Golos shops over our Golos combo for the last 2 rounds. I need to lose my life. Did you go 8-2, Kane? 7-3. 7-3. I got qualified you, right? You don't even have to play any more vintage? That's cheating. All right, I mean, opponent went for Bog, didn't find the line, so we might win by Crypt Life. It happens, it happens. Strip Mine? I feel like we hold that. They can't combo us in 1 turn. So... maybe it's time to play the Dakmor now. That's not how much ink costs, log. That's not how this works. Hold to discard to hand size? I guess there's pretty low likelihood we ever hit a second Drakmor. Putting this in play doesn't really help us, because it's not going to stop an Orborg from killing us. No, it definitely does not make sense to hit the Golos over the Helm. Definitely not. I think there's no reason to play this, and I think the reason to play this kind of sucks, so I'm going to just hold my cards. Yeah, if they've been holding a mirror this whole game and a depths, sure. They can technically do that. But the problem with that is it makes, yeah, I don't know. Well, I don't think that the Bog is really going to prohibit them from casting spells. I guess if they drew a Golos, technically it does, but I think it's pretty, all right, well, consider me stupid, chat. All right, well, now we're going to play a Strip Mine to protect ourselves from Dark Depths draws. Yeah. Though they can turn the mirror into a strip mine. Whatever. Lost a flip. 8. I mean, I think if I just draw a blue card, it would be even better than draw. How would I draw a blue card? Wouldn't that be lit? Well, someone told me that you can't lose your qualification, Kane. I don't know if that's actually true, though. Oh, okay. Blue card, baby. That's a serum powder. Blue card. Hit a flip. Lost a flip. Down to 5. We're so close. We draw a Black Lotus, we can play Bloodghast, right? That's how this works. Mishra's Workshop. That can't be good for the home team. What if they cast another Helm? Sure. I mean, they paid 2 life for a card that didn't do anything. What do you? Come on now. All right. How about a blue card maybe still? Fuck, I can't win. I'm not summoning anything I want anymore. Oh shit, you're right. They could do that. Can they do that? Activate 2, become a bog. 1, 2. They would be at risk of dying, right? No, we're not stripping the workshop. We're thinking about stripping the bog in the case they want to try to play a helm. We should at the very I don't want to strip the bog unless I have to. Well, I can just strip the bog when they activate it, right? What if it's a bait? What if they activate it and then they play a Dark Depths and activate it again? Well, then they can't activate it again. No, they can't activate it again because it wouldn't have happened. What if they bait us? What if they bait us, chat? How about they lose this flip? They won the flip. Shit. They had to lose that flip. They have 1 card in hand. Do you think it's Dark Depths? Or do you think it's Leyline? Well, I guess we still... Yeah, they have all these ancient tombs now. They have 4 Leylines in their deck and only 3 Dark Depths. Yeah, we're aware, Sully. We're trying to negate the possibility of losing the game. I'm aware of how we attack. I'm trying to I'm trying to stop opponent. They can have... That's not true. They can just reactivate. If I go to their turn and they hit 2 mana, copy bog. I wasteland bog, 2 mana, copy bog, play a Leyline. They actually don't have enough to activate it though, do they? Hold on. 2 mana, copy. 2 mana, copy. Black, 2, 1. Yeah, they have exactly enough. Leyline is a spell that they cast using 2 black mana, chat. No, but if I strip mine them now, if they have a Dark Depths, we lose to that. We lose on the spot to both, and it's more likely a Leyline happens, so I think I'm just supposed to strip it. I mean, if they play Adepts, we lose. But I think this is the correct play. It's a higher percentage play. Watch them just go Black Lotus Leyline. What a fucking... We literally played around it, and we're gonna lose anyways. This game sucks. We played around it and lost anyways. Bro. Bro, really? We played around it and just lost anyways? It's pretty fucking tilt. We drew very badly, by the way. If we draw a blue spell, we can never lose. If we draw a Noxious Revival, we probably can't lose. If we draw, like, we drew so bad. So bad. Fuck. That was tilting, because I feel like I played that match much better than my other matches, and we got wrecked. Oh well. Yeah, I can unmod you if you want to gamble. We can do that. We can unmod you if you want to gamble. I just don't want to play Breach, though. That's my problem. I feel like Breach is so bad. Get this heathen deck list out of my... What is this Hydroblast? I guess I probably should have just edited my other deck list. Whatever. I'm not playing Dreadhorde in this deck. I want to play one more with Dredge. I'll play one more with Dredge, chat. I was having fun. It was kind of interesting. We'll play one more with Dredge, I think. Channelers, then not. It's a 4/4. Come on now. Nope, can't reset. Just have to power through. Win a bunch. We're going to play like 50 matches. It's fine. I don't know. Like, what do you want changing in the sideboard, though? Like, do you want more blue cards? Like, you can bring in more blue cards. Oh, you cut all the jailers? Jailer sucked. Why just one Golgari Troll? An excellent question. Oh, this is a different deck. This is my Arcanist Tinker deck. So you have an Arcanist Tinker deck, a Channeler Tinker deck, a Humans Tinker deck, it's a Jeskai Ascendancy Tinker deck, an Urza Tinker deck. They got a lot of Tinker decks. 4-color Tinker Tribal with Treacherous's Blessing. No, I mean Oath. Yeah, you could play Tinker and Oath, but why would you play Oath? Like, what was bad in your... No, we're gonna play one more with Dredge, I think. What was bad? Kane, what didn't you like? Because we have slots. Uh-oh, Doomsday. Doomsday? Wait, I can just know what my opponent's playing and pick? That's kind of broken. What is this? What is this tournament? I should just play Hollowvine. Should I just play? Oh, wait, I just picked Tinker, I think. Wait, did I actually just pick the worst deck? What deck did I pick? It's a roulette. I have no idea what we chose. I have no idea what we chose. Okay, perfect. Never mind. Deck's great. Not really, though. All right, we're playing one of the Tinker decks. Which Tinker deck are we playing? All right, we're playing the normal version. Normal Tinker deck. All right, fine. All right, I didn't even mean to choose this. I had no idea. It just changed my deck because the last deck you look at, it picks that deck. All right, we kind of need a Moxen. Kind of want to get like a Jet and then cast Night's Whisper. I feel like I'm just supposed to cast Night's Whisper anyways, right? Kind of feel like I'm supposed to. It's okay. This will be Sapphire Mana Crypt. Get them. Oh, they're just going to fluster this? Are they going to daze it? They're going to peek? That's cheating. Why wouldn't we peek after I draw my cards? Now you don't get to see all my cards. Maybe they're trying to peek and see if they want to daze me. You gonna daze my Night's Whisper now? I feel like you can't daze my Night's Whisper at this point and have all the counter magic you just saw. Alright, they're gonna daze my Night's Whisper, chat. Alright, fair, I guess. Well, I was gonna counter Q. I was gonna go next level and I was gonna play Squee Hollowvine from like 2019, like old Squee Hollowvine. Just like mono, like 4 Mindbreak Trap, 4 Force of Negation, 4 Force of Will Hollowvine. Really get them. But all right, yeah, I just kind of want to just draw Moxen and Tinker right away. Perfectly honest. I think the deck is super good versus Doomsday. I don't think this deck is like... This deck's not bad. Like, you are playing a Brain Freeze. Why do we keep looking at my hand? You know I didn't draw any cards. I think I would save this. Unless they're trying to draw interaction for Tinker. Like a daze or something. Kinda weird. Kinda weird. No. You don't know. No, Kane. You're not allowed to ask for the best draw. You have to ask for the second best draw. Or you'll never get the best draw. Not a bad draw. Never ask for the best draw, chat. That is streaming 101. Could we just let a Doomsday resolve if it gets cast? I feel like we can just let a Doomsday resolve. All right, well, they've cast 3 Preordains. Restrict Preordain. You heard it here first. All right. It's time, chat. Boom! Okay. I don't know. Jeskai maybe. I don't know. Bug maybe, because there's a lot of bizarre. I mean, I don't know if you know there's a lot of bizarre. So far, I've seen Golos shops. What was our first opponent on? Breach, Golos shops, Doomsday. Wait, they don't have a third land? How can you not have a third land? Oh, I'm sure they'll find a Scalding Tarn off this. I think they just had one island in their deck log. I think it was actually combo shops that just played one basic to get off of Assassin's Trophy. I think that's what I'm going to go with. Though if you played one basic to get off Assassin's Trophy, wouldn't you get a swamp? So maybe not. Could be wrong. All right, well, they brainstorm locked themselves, but they did find a land. All right, we also have drawn no lands this game as well, but we haven't cast 3 Preordains and a Brainstorm and a Taxian Proc and a Peak. But we did draw another blue card to pitch to Force of Will, so I feel like there's actual 0 chance in hell I would ever counter a Doomsday right now, right? Am I crazy? What about that? I feel like I have to misstep that. Fine. What if they fight over it? It's like so good for me. Kind of feel like if they fight over this, it's a win. And if they don't fight over this, it's a win. I don't play Cavern in the main. I haven't checked their latest article, though. They might play Cavern in the main. They're forcing it? No, there's Cavern in 0 Doomsday decks. I'm just gonna fluster this shit. There are 3 cards in hand. This isn't Legacy. This is Vintage. No one plays Cavern. Cavern doesn't cast Ancestral Recall. They can't fluster back because I do have a mana to pay. I don't know if they see that as a win or not. I don't know. They're at 3 cards. We're at 5 cards. They have 1 more land. Maybe we're losing. I don't know. I mean, if we resolve a Narset, it's also really good for us. So, a Watery Grave. Hanging Life. Casting Dark Ritual. All right, now I'm going to counter the Doomsday. Like, this feels free. Like, if they have a piece of counter magic, we counter it again. They have nothing going for them. They can't even win on the next turn. We untap and play a Narset or a Tinker. Yeah, fuck it. Why not? No, I don't think if we had Fluster still, maybe. I don't actually think fighting... They have 0 cards in hand. I guess technically we could let it resolve now that we know there's no cantrip. We let it resolve and then counter their spell next turn. Is that actually better, though? It doesn't actually sound better than making them draw a random card off the top of their deck, right? I guess the question is, are we getting rid of Tinker? Which I think the answer to that is yes. I'm just going to counter this. All right, I'm going to keep Narset because this way both land and Moxen are good draws. I want to cast spells too. Fuck me, dude. Please. Man, I've drawn 0 lands in 13. Ah, yes, got him. Are we gonna lose if I cast this and they counter it and we whatever? I'm supposed to play this card. It's so good against them. We're gonna get dazed, right? No, we didn't get dazed. God bless. There's no way I'm not supposed to cast that, but at the same time, it's just like, oh god, it feels bad. All right, I'm gonna take one of these ancestral recalls. All right, now I'm feeling pretty comfortable, though that could have gone very badly. It's Kane's import. Kane could have sabotaged me. Just put no lands in the deck. Really get me? No, we're just no. It's just all upside. Definitely not. I don't agree with that play. I don't think that play is very good. So no. Um. Hmm. Not in Stephen Endian's Book of Gush, by the way. Don't try this at home. It's a big yikes in my book. Woo. I'm pretty sure that I'm going Gush and Upkeep, Ancestral and End Step in this right here. I mean, I have an active Narset. It's very hard for Doomsday to win through active Narset. So, and I want as many monks as I can make on their next turn. And I don't want them to use their mana to hard cast a negation on my turn. So you can't play Gush on my turn. And if you play it on my next turn, then it's unlikely to be lethal. So I actually think it's correct to Gush on Upkeep and Ancestral at End Step if I don't hit a blue card. Actually, even if I do hit a blue card, I think it's just correct. Okay, so I'm going to bring in all of my Doomsday hate and hit submit. I have 0 Doomsday hate. I guess I'm pre-boarded. Okay, sure. Well, all right. Well, just go to the next game, I guess. Right? Am I crazy? There's just 0. There's nothing in here. Whatever. Hit submit. Whoa, Kane didn't even credit me in the creation of. I don't know what I don't even care. Do we keep this card? Do we keep this? Keep this one, chat? Do we keep this one, chat? Just need to draw the one brain freeze. I think this hand's bad. I don't think I'm supposed to keep this. I don't think I'm ever keeping this hand, chat. Nope. Mulligan. Much better. Wake me up before you combo. I wanted to play another match of Dredge. I didn't want to play Tinker. Tinker's cheating. Duress? All right. That's good tech. I like that. I like it. Oh, I didn't F6. I thought I F6. My bad. So they take either Fluster, Mystical, or Crypt, probably. Don't say correct duress. It's white border. What are you doing? What are you thinking? Mystical for Tinker. Fair. A fair and balanced point. We drew the brain freeze. Okay, alright, okay. This. I'm gonna preordain. After this. If they want to trap this, preordain, that's fine. Volcanic dig through time. If I take a dig through time and I put a lotus petal in my Yad, I guess I could technically take both, freeze myself. That sounds like shit. Why don't we just draw new cards? No. That sounds pretty bad, Log. I don't like that play at all. If you're not casting the preordain, then you're never casting it, and then you're not getting ahead. So I definitely do not like holding open and trying to not die. I think it's quite bad. Would not recommend. Can they beat it? Probably not, but you also have to play your game. You can't just hold open counter magic versus like the deck that has 4 preordains in it. They will just eventually outdraw you, have more counter magic than you, and kill you. Yes. Good. The problem with this is I don't get to do... I would like to hold up Brain Freeze, Flusterstorm now, but I can't, so... Well. Channeler. Got him. I feel like they have a top deck tutor. No top deck tutor, okay. I want this Channeler to start attacking for 4. But I don't want to cast Brain Freeze on myself. I think it's too good. Lost the Flipperino. Alright, what do you hit me with? Scalding Tarn. Well, I would rather activate my Channeler than put a Scalding Tarn into play. So let's do that. Activate Channeler. Channeler says Monastery Mentor. Sure. Why not? God, this card's fucking unbelievably busted. Look how good it is. Merfolk Looter that draws 2? It's cheating. Black? Vamp now? No vamp now. I mean, they have to... If they go off, we probably lose because it means they can beat a hand that has Flusterstorm. Yeah, it chooses the best of 2. Whatever, man. Whatever, man. They know we have Flusterstorm. Are they just playing this to block? Huh? Okay. Did they put... How do I tell if they put one on top? Would it say it, chat? How does this work? I turned a land into a mentor, so I'm a happy... Oh, Jesus, what a draw. What an absolutely incredible draw. It's beautiful. It's just... Oh, it's A+. It's so nice. Good game, opponent. Thank you for playing. Lusterstorm it. Interesting. Lusterstorm. Interesting. I wanted to attack with Channel this turn, but I think what I'm going to do instead is just pitch my Tundra and see what I have on top first. I kind of want to leave open this Crypt. I guess I could just pay the 2 that's floating, and that way I could still technically hold open Flusterstorm Freeze. It's a little awkward. But if I draw a... What kind of spell could I draw to get in my yard, though? I don't really feel like there is one. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pay my blue mana for this. It's a little weird. It's a little weird. But I think I might just attack with just Mentor and hold open Freeze, Flusterstorm, and Channeler activation. Why not pay crypt mana for the reasons I just said? Because I want to hold open the thing you wanted to hold open on turn 1. It means I'm not going to get my Channeler to a 4/4 this turn. Okay, maybe the plan has changed. Maybe the plan has changed. Maybe the plan has changed. Oh, maybe I just play a land and tinker. Kind of hard to argue versus that. I guess I could hold open Force, Brain Freeze, Fluster. Yeah, that's a good argument. Yeah, I think it's just better to attack with this Mentor here and hold open probably unbeatable Counterspell Suite and then just kill them on the next turn. I feel like there are definitely ways where Tinker goes wrong there. There are definitely ways where everything goes to shit there. So I think just holding open unbeatable Counter Suite is probably going to be good enough. I can even Channeler and pitch Tundra. Probably does nothing, but I can do that as well. So I'm just letting this go. I don't care about this. Like if they go for a draw spell immediately after this, I'm just hitting them with a Brain Freeze. And I have Force of Will Flusterstorm back up. And extra mana back up. So I will probably activate Channeler after the Doomsday resolve just to see if there's anything there. Like double Fluster or something. I don't know what that would be. I can't imagine. A Misstep, I guess, is the best thing. I guess Misstep is the best thing off of Channeler. Yeah, especially with Thassa's Oracle blocking my Mentor that turn. It's not like I was going to get in there. So I think this was definitely the best line. I should like look and see what their pile is, but I kind of don't care. Because I don't actually have to beat their pile. All I have to beat is the cards they have in hand, which doesn't seem like anything. I feel like I'm just supposed to Brain Freeze them then. How does that end poorly for me? I feel like it doesn't. Yeah. Oh, they left before that. Yeah, we kind of had everything we needed there. I don't know. It feels like they drew kind of weirdly in both games. Not like that there was their fault. Just a kind of like they didn't seem like they drew very well. All right, we're back on Dredge for this one. See what we can do. Apparently, we're not back on Dredge for this one. I literally can't tell what deck I'm submitting ever. I thought we would be back on. All right, we're tinkering again, I guess. It's a pretty good hand too, so. I think I just want to go for Tinker, right? I feel like if I just go Sanctuary, Jet, Pass, it's like the best play, right? Just go for a Tinker on turn 2 with Force of Will. And then I can pitch the dig, and if that doesn't work out, then I can scroll for Ancestral. I'm gonna go with that line. I guess I should probably play Jet first, whatever. It's fine. Yeah, no, it's a surprise, chat. I don't even know what deck we're playing. Ooh, okay. Is it Oath? It is Oath. I'm just not countering this Oath. Why the hell do I give a shit about an Oath? Why would I care? Well, this card does nothing. 0. It has 0 relevance in the game. This is the card that matters. They have a Daze in their Oath deck? I hate that. I hate that so much. God, I hate that. The Forbidden Orchard deck playing a Daze makes my blood boil. Bola Citadel. Storm. Are we targeting them? Targeting them? Kind of feel like we're not supposed to target us. Why does this go here now? I don't want this to go there. I guess. Yeah, I don't know. Let's target them. Let's hold priority, though. Oh, I guess that's true. If I didn't want this Preordain, I could mill it away. But I kind of don't think... I think I probably want the Preordain. If it was a land, we would definitely mill ourselves. Yeah, they might play a shop. This is going to give us a better idea, though. I don't know what kind of Daze list plays... Oh, it's a combo Daze list. Oh, sorry, it's a combo Oath list. So there's a Library of Alexandria in their deck as well. Sorcerer's Spyglass. It's just a Brian Kelly Oath deck. Pyroblast. I'm just going to use this. All right. We can just... Do we want to draw a Misty for next turn? It's kind of free, right? Well, not technically free. No, it's actually just free to draw a Misty, right? If I'm going to keep the Emerald no matter what. Unless I was bottoming, then it wouldn't be free. But I don't think I'm bottoming. So top, draw, Emerald, Gush. Okay. I'm way tired of Breach. Okay, so should I Mystical Tutor or should I just top the Mystical Tutor? I can just top the Mystical Tutor, but it forces me to top. Where, well, I guess I'm forced to top if I go for a Time Walk anyways. Because I'm thinking the only thing I want off of this is Time Walk, right? The only thing I want off of this is Time Walk. Excuse me, chat. Sorry. The only spell I can really get that I want is... Well, I can get Wait, there's no Yogg-Will? I guess I could get Demonic and go for Breach. I can't get Vampiric. So there's no way for this Mystical to get a Breach unless I went for Demonic. In which case I would have to hit a red mana somehow as well. I'm at 6 life though. I go to 5. I go to 3. I don't actually think I can go for Demonic. I think I have to go for Mystical. I have to go for Time Walk. Well, now I have to draw another Misty for no reason. Whatever. Do what I gotta do, I guess. Go to 1. Go to 2. Fetch, go to 1. Okay. Well, that's bad. Draw that. All right, well, we have 1 turn here. Find Breach. There's the Moxen. Mentor. I don't really want a Mentor. I could Merchant Scroll for a dig to shuffle. It's pretty good, I think. And then I could play a land and dig and try to find Breach and Lotus. I think that's better than playing a Ponder. Oh, I don't have a dig anymore. I have an Ancestral. Okay, well, we have an Ancestral now. Land off the top. I think I would rather draw through a land here. Maybe we just lose this game. I don't know. Okay, we found Underworld Breach, but we don't have... we have Brain Freeze and... just Brain Freeze and hope it hits. I guess we have a Jet as well. So if I go land... If I go Underworld Breach, land, Jet, Brain Freeze myself, that's 15 copies. I could technically miss, but... I don't have a Black Lotus or a Lotus Petal yet, so I don't know. Reach Time Walk? That's kind of an interesting play. Yeah, I guess that is better. I'm okay. I'm down for that. Well, then I lose my huge storm count. Is that actually better, though? I have 21 copies? Fuck that shit. I'm brain freezing myself. Screw that shit. Target me. Whew. Whew. We're a little close there, chat. It was down to 3. All right. What a game. What nice Oath of Druids in 2021. Imagine, chat. Imagine you put all of your effort into casting an Oath of Druids. You cast it on turn 1, and I'm just like, yeah, that's not even worth countering. All right, Channeler's out. Hydroblast is... Did we see any red cards? I actually don't think I saw a red card. I milled a DAC? All right, I'm in. Fine. Lightning Bolt over Bloodchief's Thirst. This gets kills planeswalkers and stuff. It's probably better, right? Probably better. Am I mad at you? What was I mad at you for? I have a goldfish brain, so I guess probably not, because I can't remember what I would be mad at you for. I might... Oh, that's true. That's true. We might need a bolt for a bolt kill. That is a fair point. They could have the... Well, they didn't have it in game 1. They conceded in game 1, right? They conceded in game 1, which means they didn't have an Emrakul or a Gaia's Blessing. Would you sideboard a Gaia's Blessing? I feel like that would be weird, right? I feel like that would be pretty weird. Oh, they saw that we had a bolt? I mean, I'm down to keep a bolt in. I think it's fine. Yeah. I mean, I do know that if I was going to go off there, I was going to put a bunch of, make a bunch of mana first, keep good spells kind of thing. But, well, Sullivan, if they have an I mean, yeah, you're right. You're right. I have to like counter my own breach and then breach in response, brain freeze in response. Like, it's kind of annoying, but yeah. All right, we'll just keep the bolt and we'll just cut out the channeler and just call it a day. Well, we definitely could not have. Yeah, I guess theoretically we could have Mentor Time walked there as well. Do we have a combo? Yeah, we just comboed it. Did you just miss it? We just comboed with it. Underworld Breach, Black Lotus, and Lotus Brain Freeze is a combo. Because I don't have a second freeze. So if the Emrakul trigger goes on the stack, you counter your Brain Freeze, recast Brain Freeze, mill their whole deck, and then cast Ancestral with the Emrakul trigger on the stack. Yeah, I guess all roads lead to Rome there. Wait, why? Can I figure out why I'm mad at Nick? 115 message. Wait, how do I see this? Did I not open it somewhere? I thought going mod view or something. Whatever, I don't care. I don't care. All Rome's Rome to Rome? Not a second breach, a second free. Well, you don't need a second freeze, but you have to kill your own freeze because we don't have a second freeze. I kind of like all Rome's Rome to Rome. No. If you don't have enough storm and you mill over an Emrakul while you're storming, it will all get shuffled back in. So with the Emrakul trigger on the stack, you counter your own Brain Freeze, recast Brain Freeze, Emrakul trigger still on the stack, mill over their deck, and Ancestral. Is that not clear? Or am I wrong? Could be either, really. I feel like this is a win. Lotus, Vamp, Underworld Breach. Lotus, Vamp, Underworld Breach, Probe, Crack Fetch, cast Underworld Breach, cast Vamp, cast Preordained Brain Freeze? Am I wrong? I guess I lose to one piece of counter magic if I do it that way. I guess we should just probe them. Because I have to fetch black off of this Lotus, and I have to fetch red off of this land, because I need to cast multiple Vampiric Tutors. I think. We should just do one more math. Black. Yeah, I just think it's just not worth it. I'm just gonna probe them and see what they have going on. Yeah, they had a Ravenous Trap and a Force of Will. All right, I'm happy with my decision, chat. Let's just tinker them. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna play Scalding Tarn, Sapphire. Oh, I guess I should not have played Scalding Tarn. I should have played Underground Sea. Well, now I can hold up Pyroblast. Flusterstorm as well. All right, I feel good about where we're at in life. This hand doesn't do anything. I'm just gonna go for Tinker, I think. Feels like, I mean, it feels like Tinker is just better, right? I have a Flusterstorm. I guess they have an Ancient Grudge, so maybe it's not technically better. So if I go Underworld Breach, I don't want to beat Ravtrap, though. I guess I just easily beat Ravtrap. Because I have Black Lotus on red, and I should just easily beat Ravtrap. So I just go Breach, and then I flashback Vamp. No, I actually don't have a draw spell, so that doesn't actually work. So I don't have enough to flashback both a Vamp and a draw spell. So if I go for Tinker and I brick and they grudge me, whatever, I don't give a shit. Just Tinker. Whatever. Not bad, opponent. Not bad. Is this targeting to... Too bad I had it all. Have you ever considering having it all? Maybe I should not play Dredge. Maybe we should just play Tinker, chat. Maybe we should just play Tinker, chat. Is it my calling? Maybe. It really might be, to be perfectly honest. It might just be my calling. If I submit Dredge, it won't even let me? Fair. Die. Everything is lethal. Oh, we should just even do this. This is even funnier. I just think Rav Trap is not very good. People, I think, should just stop playing Rav Trap. Not a fan. All right, maybe we're not allowed to play Dredge. Maybe we're just not allowed. I'm trolling in chat. All right, I'm just gonna powder this shit. Keep. All right, what do you got for me, Theo? Is it Breach? I can F6 now, too. Big win for the home team. Big wins for the home team. Didn't hit a green card. I don't know if this is the correct way to sequence this. Maybe the correct way to sequence this is after all my hollow ones, but I don't know. Kind of hard to say. All right, now we got a bluff that we have Force of Vigor, or well, I guess they know all my cards now. So they actually know that we don't have Force of Vigor or Force of Negation because of that way we pitched cards. I wonder if we were supposed to play differently then. I don't really think so. They held the Pearl, or did they just draw the Pearl? Wispies, okay. I just want to draw a blue card or a green card. I guess a strip mine's already fine as it is, but I gotta get my thing back popped out here. All right, on my upkeep, am I activating this Stinkweed? I guess I can Dredge into a green card. by hitting what are those things called? Whatever those things are called. Dredge. I missed. Dredge. I missed. Okay, so if I just put the blue card away, because I'm never going to get a blue card here. And then I hit a green card. Fucking lit. Ha! This deck's broken. I hit a green card. I'm going to get the Golgari Grave Troll because it gives me a better chance of hitting chills. I didn't hit any chills, but... Oh, I also have Blood Gas, I guess. I didn't even think about that. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah, this deck is completely unbeatable. Yes, good. Imagine thinking you need Cabal therapies or Bridge from Belows in your deck. All right, post board. Unbeatable unless we have main deck Leyline. So what we decide? What we decide? We decided it was this. We weren't cutting chills. What were we cutting? We were cutting Noxious, this. Was that what we did? Fuck did we do? No. We played against Breach earlier today. And we cut chills and we hated it. Maybe we cut one chill, though. Maybe we cut a... No, we didn't cut a salvage. Sometimes. I'm not that lucky, though. Except for right now, when I was exactly that lucky. I use my luck in very poor places. You trim a powder? I don't think you're allowed to do that. All right, I'm going to trip one chill. I know it's going to come back to haunt us. There's no way we're allowed to do that. But there's nothing else I can cut. I think Chalice is fine, but we're already playing Leylines. Like, you don't really need Chalice when you're playing Leylines. I'm going to cut this and we'll see how it goes. I don't know. You'd have to ask Sullivan, but I'm pretty sure Sullivan is like a devout 4 serum powder at all times player. Is it Sullivan around anymore? Tag Sullivan. Sullivan will tell you. I trust Sullivan to have done the math. Okay, sure. Okay, sure. Okay. We never need another Bazaar, right? But having 2 Bazaars... I don't think we would need a second Bazaar, really. Because we didn't hit any Dredgers, so we're not really on the Dredge plan. I guess technically I could put this in this... I guess I could technically put the Dakmor Salvage away and Dredge it. Not very good, but I guess it's a thing I can do. Yeah, I guess that's fine. That does lose all of our relevant graveyard cards if they have a Rav Trap right now. I don't know if I really care. Probably don't care. Not Bazaar and strip the Sanctuary. Yeah, I'm off of that life. Not when I have a hollow one and I'm one... Yeah, no. I think that's... Yeah, nah. Not feeling that one. If they time walk here, I will negate it, I think. If I negate this, I think it's actually good. I'm going to negate this. Should I even dredge right now? I guess I could just upkeep. I could just go to my draw step, dredge the salvage, return the blood gas for sure, and then I can just do a bunch of bizarre things. Or I could strip mine them. Maybe this is wrong. Get 2 blood ghasts. I don't know. This seems good. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel like I just don't want to activate my Bazaar this turn. I could be wrong, though. I don't fucking know what I'm doing. I don't have any dredgers, right? I can just hold open and maybe hit like... Oh, no, now I lose my amalgam. I was supposed to do that after the amalgam came in. I guess they're probably not going to wrap trap my 1 amalgam, so maybe it's fine. I was supposed to let the amalgam come in and then strip mine. I guess I can get tabernacled like this, but I have double bloodghast. I don't know if I care about that. Okay, I got tabernacled. Does that matter, though? Doesn't feel like it matters. I feel like I just want to pitch all these things. I'm going to hold the... I feel like I just want to dredge like 1,000,000, right? Oh, I guess if I get wrapped... No, I can't get wrap trapped. Oh, I guess I can get wrap trapped because 4 things die. Huh. I guess what I want to do is just keep the Grave Troll in my hand then. I'm not supposed to do any activations, right? I'm just supposed to try to play Bazaar, put the Bloodghast into play, and see if I get Rav trapped. I think. I guess I can technically Dakmor salvage here if I wanted to. I guess Dakmor salvaging saves me another Dredger. Oh, I guess you're right. I don't technically get anything from my Bloodghasts until they attack. Huh. So then am I just supposed to activate? I feel like then I'm just supposed to activate, right? I need to hit chills. Why would you draw, though? Like, what are you trying to draw into? I only have 1 more Wasteland in my deck, so it's not actually worth it to try to kill the Tabernacle. I have to go through. I have to just battle through. Yeah. All right, I think I'm gonna just take this Dakmor. I want to see if they trap me here. No. Not trap me. I get to keep an amalgam this way, though. They can definitely trap, right? Doesn't trap read cards get put into the graveyard and we lost 4 cards today? Or is it only discard? If an opponent puts 3 or more cards in the graveyards, they could have trapped us. What are you talking about? I might be dredging on their turn. I lost Bloodghast, Hollow One, and Amalgam. But now that I have my Amalgam back into play with a salvage in play, I kind of think, and they don't have a Wrap Trap or a Surgical, I kind of think I'm just supposed to activate my Bazaar now. This could be bad too. I don't fucking know. All right, I think what I'm gonna do... Should I hold one? They had a reason to Surgical. They would have stopped me from having an Amalgam. you talking about? Yeah, it attacks. Why would that? What, that matters a lot. I need to get them to 10. This is a way to get them to 10. I have a Dakmor salvage. I can pay for the Tabernacle. I don't think I'm supposed to keep this Bazaar. I think I'm just going to go like this. Why do you think that it doesn't matter? I don't understand why you don't think this matters. I guess they could like demonic for a Rap Trap now. I mean, they had to get their second C. Oh, they have demonic now. All right, so they probably just get Rap Trap, so we can't play into Rap Trap. So I guess no matter what we get, we're just getting Rap Trapped, right? I have no way to not play into Rap Trap. I guess if I do all my things before everything dies and try to just hit chills. That good though? Well, no, then they just Rap Trap anyways, because I did everything. All right, fuck it. We're gonna go. What? Oh, they went for Ancestral? Maybe they don't have Rap Trap in their deck. All right, I'm gonna respond to that, I think, by just doing a bunch of dredging and trying to hit a bunch of shit, right? Or is that bad? I don't know if that's bad or not. Whatever, I don't care anymore. Yes, it's bad. Well, fuck me. I should have done something that wasn't a salvage because it would have been better. Whatever. All right, we're fucked. I'm not paying for you. Yes, I'm paying for you. I'm going to dredge back a salvage and try to return these blood gas. Did I take all my things out? Is that what happened here? Well, why? They should just have gone for trap then. Oh, wait. They just... these don't do anything because I'm still not at a high enough life total. But at least I have 2 things in play. I can pay for 2 things now. I have Icarids in my yard. They have to have something or kill me, right? Whatever. I don't care. They have demonic in their yard. All they need is like red mana breach, right? It's pretty easy. I guess they need Lotus red mana breach. Maybe that's harder. Well, this time, I guess I can. I don't know. We're just attacking too slow, right? Well, I guess I have Icarids. They gushed. Okay. I didn't have an Icarid trigger, so is that? I don't even know if that's a yes or a no answer. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Well, they went to 10. Okay. Does that mean we're dead? No, it doesn't mean we're dead. Okay. Maybe we win then. Yo, playing Dredge is weird. It feels weird. It's very weird. Weird. How I would describe it. Looks like they have a surgical. No? Oh. Breach, but you have no Lotus. Dredge? At least my blood gas look cool. I like this art a lot. Dredge? Play a little Dredge. They hit Lotus. Then we're dead, right? Unless they don't have breach somehow. Vamp? I assume we're just dead. Why did we tank so long? Isn't that just like straight lethal at all? Oh. Yeah, they just had lethal the whole time. Come on, Theo. Wait, they can mill chills. They can mill chills. They can mill chills. Hold on. They can mill chills. What if they mess up? Yeah, well, what if they mess up? All right, now they're demonicking. But is this demonic for freeze? They don't have enough cards in their yard. Well, I guess they would mill themselves. Yeah, but it could technically kill me if they mill me right now. Well, I'm just make them do it. Make them fucking do it, yo. All right, looks like they're targeting themselves. Well, I want to see their whole deck anyways. Rab Trap. Rab Trap. Rab Trap. Surgical. Surgical. And a Wear Tear. Mill targeting me. Yes. Well, they just had one mill targeting me. I'm gonna make them do it, I think. I don't think we show anything by... I guess they might just Rab Trap me right now or something. I don't know. I don't really think we show them anything interesting by not letting them do it outright. Sure, I can bring Chalice back in on the... I mean, on the play, I kind of want to just bring in Unmasks and take out Negations, though. Reach is pretty broken, yeah. It's a pretty... It's decently fragile, though. Like, Leyline of the Void is pretty bad versus it. Or pretty good versus it. I guess we showed them Leyline, but we already showed them Leyline, so that doesn't really matter. Breach is one of the best decks for sure. But I mean, it's like pretty it's cool looking, right? It's a combo deck, so it does some cool things, but the things we were doing were like equally unfair. All right, the minute they cast Surgical, I guess I will concede. Okay. I want Unmasks. And I think we want Negations out. And I think we want Chalice in. But how do we cut cards for this, though? Like, there's just no cards to cut. All of our cards are good. We can't. There's just no room, chat. I don't know how you want us to do this. Like, no, Vigors are very good. What do you chat? This kills Underworld Breach. No. Oh my god. My chat's trying to kill me. Chat is trying to kill me. Force of Negation's uncastable. This hits the Moxen too. Oh my god, my chat. Why do you lose your mind when we play Dredge? Blows my mind. What? We might have to, though. Maybe we can just cut 2 of them. That might work, actually. I mean, we just bring in a bunch of Unmasks, right? It kind of works, actually. I think this vibes. I'm down. Submit. This vibes. I'm still kind of sad opponent tanked for so long, but I guess that happens. Powdering away. 2 force, 2 ley line. Okay, bye-bye hand. You're just like Rafa. We told you why you don't want Force of Negation. Unmask is better. Force of Negation is for actually fast combo decks, or if we're on the draw. I don't know how to explain. Like, what more do you want? I can say it again louder. You know, like fuck. You understand that Breach is the slowest of all the blue combo decks, right? You do understand that, right? Please say it again louder. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay. We want to play around Rav Trap. Best way to play around Rav Trap is Stinkweed, Ichor, Amalgam, so we keep a Grave Troll for next upkeep. But we could still just put the Ichor into play if we wanted to. Is that actually a good way to play around it? I'm putting these hollow ones into play and just hoping they don't have Tabernacle, that's for sure. I guess the best way is maybe to go... Is it just this 3? What do you think, Beerus? You think it's just these 3? Yeah, but you also, like, want to play Omnath, so whatever, Rafa. I'm kind of leaning towards this. But I don't really know why. It's just what my intuition says. That's fair. I don't know. I'm going to do this. Someone can tell me I'm wrong later. Amalgam, Ichorid, Powder. That does not sound right. There's 3 Rav Traps and 2 Surgical Extractions. F6. Okay, fair. Opponent is casting turn 1 Preordain, and you want me to bring in Force of Negation. Get out of here. All right, what'd they do with this? They went top, bottom. Am I supposed to just return this Ichorid and try to bring this Amalgam into play? It puts them down to 6, down to 6. You would exile the Amalgam. Why? That's a good way to lose to Dak, right? Well, I'm just going to draw and try to find, like, actual interaction. Like a land. Yeah, I disagree. I'm not dredging here. I don't think dredges are important. I disagree with that idea. I don't want to dredge, I don't think. Yeah, but we boarded out 2 chills. I guess a question would be... we have to find a land, so we actually lose this Amalgam if they have a Ravenous Trap, but I think that's fine. I guess I'm just gonna hold this hollow one. Did I already qualify? The record is on screen. I clearly did not almost already qualify. I think I'm going to hold this Grave Troll in case they Tabernacle me, and I think I'm actually just going to discard Hollow 1. Kind of weird, but... Wait, where? Yeah. Theo says, all right, one outer, let's go. I would snap misstep a preordain or anything. I like how I played this game. Yo, did you know that Dredge just actually doesn't need any dredgers to win? True story, by the way. You just play Hollow Ones, Icarids, and Prized Amalgams. You don't actually dredge at all in the entire game. Like, why would you actually dredge? That doesn't make any sense. Boat shops. You've seen car shops. You've heard the beep beep. But have you seen the boat shops versus unknown opponent? I don't actually think I've ever played against Thutton. Could be wrong. Could be wrong. What is big? I mean, I know it's bigger. The boat's bigger. Yo, imagine they're on a creature deck and we just boat them. We just hit them with a boat. I don't even think there's any fleet wheel cruisers in this deck. I'm pretty sure there's just a boat. Yeah, I think I'm down for this. It's a little bit of an underpowered hand, but I think it's a keeper. Sapphire, Jet, Ruby. This looks bad. Oh, it's the mirror, but we got a boat. This is we are a little behind on mana at the moment. This is a Mystic Forge. Oh, it's not the mirror. It is not. It is in fact not the mirror. Well, at least we don't have to cast a sphere resistance anymore. We do have an active Revoker, which is a good one. I'm thinking, hopefully, are they just gonna activate this? What if they hit something? So, oh. Oh, I'm so glad we played another match, chat. It was worth it. It was worth it. How about a Mox? So I can play 2-drop. It's Wasteland. Oh, I have to play that, right? Should I Wasteland though? I feel like I'm supposed to Wasteland here. Excuse me. Pick my nose. I feel like I have to Wasteland here. But they would have played a better. If they had a better spell, they would have played a better spell. So I kind of think I'm just supposed to play Inspector. I like, if they had a better spell than this, wouldn't they have played it? And then having an active Wasteland lets us play around not Thopter Sword, like Dark Depths. I think we're just supposed to play Inspector. I mean, that is how it be sometimes. We also have a Revoker, which is really good. Wasteland. That's pretty good against us. What is this? Time Vault. All right, so now we name Mirage Mirror on my Revoker. If they had a Golos, they would have played it. I might Wasteland the shop now. Nah, I kind of want to play. I might just Wasteland the shop now and just name Mirror. Mirage Mirror. Nice, congrats. stage. I can certainly punish us. All right, for this one, I want to play Chief. Take 7, and then next turn I have lethal, so we have to hope they don't draw depths. No key in this deck, no key in this deck. We basically just have to hope they don't draw depths. Oh, they can copy Factory. Nice play, nice play. Nice play, but if you block with Factory, then whatever. All right, no depths. What are you playing for 3, though? No, don't play Mirror. Oh, you have a Tomb. Wait, if you take... you block here. I stand up here. You take 8 and die. All right, they might have killed themselves there. I put up here. You block here. You take 8 and die. This is just lethal, right? Well, I wanted to initially name Mirror so they couldn't Mirror Depths me as well. Or are you saying if they name Time Vault, if we name Time Vault and they mirror Time Vault, that came up before, but I can't remember what the answer was. I think it is named that afterwards or something. It's better to name Mirror because I know that's their only combo with Time Vault, and I know it also combos with something else. Oh, they can use... No, they can't use Mirror. It's turned off. All right, yeah, I think they're dead here. I believe it copies the name. They should have probably not played Mirror Tomb here. All right. We didn't even get to boat them, and now I have to take the boat out. It sucks. Am I supposed to take the boat out? I have, like, nothing that... I just have Revokers. Like, I don't have needles in this sideboard for some reason. It's just all, like, ley lines and stuff. Maybe we're not taking the boat out. I don't really want them to mirror a boat. I don't think Ratchet Bomb's, like, good versus them. I don't think so. I don't think my cards do anything versus them because I don't have any needles in my sideboard. If I had needles, they're super good in this matchup, but I need something to take out these resistances for. Like, I need to have 5 cards to bring in, so Worm Coil. I guess bring in the kegs and shit. Like, I'm boarding out Sphere and Thorin always on the, especially on the draw. I think. Yo, thanks for stopping by, Razis. What do you think about this, Dave? It could work. I don't know. Let's try it. I mean, like, Revoker is our best card in the matchup. Revoker is by far our best card in the matchup, though. But I guess Wasteland is pretty good. I think Wasteland and Revoker are the best 2 cards in the matchup. I'm not really sure you're supposed to ship this, not me. Like, Revoker is what we want, you know? Maybe it's fine. Never keep a double Tomb hand? Why? It's not like they can run us out of resources. They're not threatening our life total in any way. All right, well, I'm going to keep it, so. If we die, you can say I told you so. Yeah, but I don't think this is a mulliganable hand. It has one of our better cards in the matchup, a mana to cast all of our spells, a pretty reasonable clock. I'm going to keep it. They have no ley line. That's good. I would really like this hand to have a Wasteland. That would be the best, but just Tomb go. I should just play a Ratchet Bomb, right? I feel like I should just play a Ratchet Bomb. I guess I could play a 2/2 Stone Coil Serpent. I mean, these powders look fucking terrible, but they would have been terrible as spheres too. Or these bombs look terrible, but they would have been pretty terrible as spheres too. I think I'm just gonna play a 2/2 Serpent. We might just die to like Thespian stage depths or something, but I don't know. Yeah, like if they're wastelanding us and we have a creature in play, I think that's considered a win for us. So this is the same tomb art. Oh, there's another tomb art that you like? Okay. I don't know what it looks like. Yeah, so I think they're just going to play a turn 3 2020. So we have to draw Wasteland here, which is kind of unfortunate. Yeah. No, I wouldn't bring in Leyline of the Void versus Ravager Shops. Yeah, I don't really think we've got lines, really. I think I'm just going to play a Worm Coil because it's the fastest clock. Is it the fastest clock? I don't know, probably. Well, I guess I could technically play Chief Revoker right now. And that would hit for 3 this turn. And then I just can't beat a 2020 though. Yeah, because I can play a Worm Coil next turn. No, I won't be able to play it because this costs 3. All right, I'm going to play Worm Coil Engine, I guess. Yeah, I think we're going to just die to a 2020 here, unfortunately. I don't really see... Like, we had to draw Wasteland, so maybe we just can't keep on the fact that we don't have a Wasteland. That might be true. I don't know. That is true. Unfortunately. Well, that's not true, actually, because we have... Well, yeah, that is true. Oh, they don't have it. They just have Golos. Okay, so they have a 2020 in 1 turn. We can draw a Wasteland again. Wasteland's super good. It's unfortunate that this thing is indestructible. Or we could powder keg it. Didn't draw a Wasteland. Oh, balonies. All right, so Foundry Inspector. I guess I should have done this in a different order. Revoker. Should I name it anyways? I can't name it, it's a non-land. Let's name Mirror then. Mirage Mirror. Hatchet Bomb. They just block, right? And then... Actually, we might be able to race, depending on what we draw. Yeah, it's possible. Still indestructible, unfortunately. Also, they have to pay 2 life to do it. And then we block for 1 turn. It might be possible. We might be able to race here because they had to take an extra turn to get the Dark 2020 because Golos is not the same as naturally drawing it. Kind of interesting. You draw more snakes. We could also get above 20 life with this second Worm Coil attack. Maybe we can win this game. That's kind of insane, actually. Were we actually... Oh, they just took it and went to 7. Okay. Arrakis to bounce Golos to make it so I can't gain life? Oh, now I really need to draw a Wasteland. Oh, you're not going to activate? What if I draw a Wasteland? I'm just going to have this Ratchet Bomb stay at 1. Oh, now they're going to activate it. Okay. They're at 7. They have 2 blockers. They block here and here. They go to 2. We have outs. We have outs. We have outs. We have outs. Where blocking ballistas are all win the game. Another stone coil serpent. So the next question is, how many Ancient Tomb activations do we put into this? I guess because we can no longer gain life no matter what, we should just put everything into this. Make it a 9/9. Which is actually a 10/10. And no attacks. So we have a chumper. Wait, this looks good, chat. The stupid snake tramples, too. This might actually just win. We drew 2 dead cards, and then we might win. If they attack and they block here, they take 15 and die. So they can't attack anymore, and then we're just drawing live off the top. Wait a second. Ooh. Am I gonna go a little aggro shops tonight? A little aggro shops tonight? Will aggro shops have a better record than Dredge? Well, I guess not really. What, Dredge went 2-2, Tinker went 2-0. You guys like the new lighting in my room? Does it look like it's more well lit? Is it better? Wasteland, that's a good draw. Hit my academy. So if they block here, they're taking... Aren't they still taking lethal? Blocking here and blocking here. Attack, attack, attack. Win. Don't we just have game? Why are we talking about drawing ballistas when we have game right in front of us, right? Block, block. 3, 5, 8. Game, game. Nice 2020. Let's go. Yes. Yes. Are we playing another one? You want to risk losing with with boat shops? we can end the night on a nice boat shops win. I kind of want to end the night on a nice boat shops win. All right, I'm going to end the night on a nice boat shop. Can we add more boats so we're more likely to see them? No, exactly 1 boat. All right, I appreciate YCFSN and Schultz for subbing. I do really appreciate that. You're both powerful wizards. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that helm, I hope it was worth it for that helm. That helm, can anyone have that clip? Can you just message it to me or put it in chat? I need the helm clip for Twitter.